Hello, listeners and lifelong learners. Today, let's talk about self esteem and how you can boost your self esteem. Now, I run a 7 day self esteem challenge with my students, and this is something that I feel all of my students need. So, I feel that all of us can benefit from a little bit of a boost to our self esteem. Now, what I've seen working with women over the past 5 odd years is that a lot of self esteem issues come as a result of poor treatment, specifically by someone who's close to you, and especially when you were younger, when you were a kid. So, self esteem is the opinion you have about yourself, it's the opinion you have about your abilities, right? And if something shook you and shook your abilities and your confidence in yourself, it can result in low self esteem. So, for example, if as a child you had parents who were very critical of you and critical of everything that you did, the way you behaved, or the way you did things, then it's possible that you stopped valuing yourself highly. That became your inner voice, and you stopped believing in your own skills and in your own abilities. And this followed you in adulthood as well. Even in school, if you had extra critical teachers, you did not get any praise for them, but they always made you believe that you were weak, you needed to improve all the time. And that hit the way you thought about yourself as well. And you became insecure about yourself, or something in your adulthood, some kind of an event or occasion happened which was extremely drastic, extremely traumatic, and you came down in your confidence. It hit you badly, and you started developing lower and lower self esteem. So it's extremely important that we get that back. Okay, your self esteem is influenced by your confidence, it's influenced by your identity, it's influenced by your sense of belonging. Okay, so we can have high self esteem, we can have low self esteem, and we can be somewhere in between. And through life, our self esteem goes through this wave. The idea is to figure out how to keep boosting ourselves and keep bringing up our self esteem so that we can present our boldest selves to our life's biggest challenges. Okay, now, when you have low self esteem, it might mean that you're not confident in your abilities, or you're not confident about your personality, or you're not confident about the value that you bring to others in your life. Okay. On the other hand, if you have good self esteem, it means you have positive beliefs about your abilities, you have positive beliefs about your abilities and your place in the world. Okay. And you are confident about your ability to create change. You can withstand challenges, and you feel that you're confident if life throws you a challenge. You have a sense of confidence, you have a sense of pride in your identity. And good self esteem also means you feel like you belong. Okay. So these are the four attitudes that you have about yourself that make up your self esteem, your self confidence, right? Your self confidence is the sense of security you have in yourself or in your life. Look, you can only branch out and grow if you feel secure that your needs are being met, right? And having your needs met means you have things like you have a good place to live, you have physical health, you have stable finances. So you have a sense of security. And because of that sense of security, you have the confidence that you can perform no matter what. The second foundation of your self esteem is your identity. So, your sense of identity is important because it's the knowledge you have about yourself, how you feel about your body. How confident are you about your body, about your gender, about your job, about your beliefs, about your culture, or anything else about yourself, right? Because these help you understand what you need and what you want in life. The next foundation of your self esteem, feeling like you belong. Belonging. right? It's about feeling welcome. It's about feeling that we are an active part of, where we actually are in life. Are you in school, in your workplace, in your family, or social groups, professional groups that you're a part of? If you feel a very strong sense of belonging, your self esteem is going to be high. Sometimes, if you don't feel belonging in one group you're in, like your workplace, you can find your sense of belonging in some other group, right? Like your family or your friends. But when we don't feel like we belong anywhere at all, our sense of self esteem takes a hit. And the other foundation, the fourth foundation of your self esteem, is feeling confident in your abilities so that you can control what happens to you in your life. If you're confident in what you can do, you can handle big challenges and you can make the changes you need to make to respond to them. However, being confident in your abilities isn't just about succeeding. Okay, it's also about learning from your mistakes. When you fall, how confident are you that you will get up and learn from this mistake and perhaps not make the same mistake again? Right? It's about being resilient in the face of failure. So, these four foundations bring up your self esteem. When you have a high self esteem, you feel secure, you're very motivated, you feel like you can respond to life's challenges, and you feel high energy, and you have positive body image. You have positive thoughts and feelings about yourself. How do you get there? Okay, here are my absolute top tips. The first and foremost, be nice to yourself. The way you are nice to your friend, even when they make a mistake, same way, be nice to yourself. We all have this little voice which keeps bringing us down, right? Now, change that little voice. Make an effort to be kind to yourself. And if you do slip up, try to challenge any negative thoughts that come up. So speak to yourself the same way you'd speak to your best friends. Okay. So here is a homework. All right. How do you even start? I would love for you to write down three things today that you like about yourself. Go ahead and do that. And you'll start seeing even more things to like about yourself. Okay. The next one, how do you boost your self esteem? Stop comparing. Comparing yourself to other people is a sure shot way of starting to feel really bad about yourself. Okay, you don't even know whether you're comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 30 or something. So try to focus on your own goals and achievements and don't measure them against someone else's. Okay, nobody needs that kind of pressure. The next tip, get moving, move your body. Exercise, it's a great way of increasing motivation. And the mind body connect is amazing. The more you move, the more testosterone flows in your body. Testosterone is the dominance hormone. So when there is more dominance hormone in your body, guess what? You feel more confident. Next tip, always understand that no one's perfect. Strive to be the best version of yourself, but please accept that perfection is not real. It's an unrealistic goal. Okay, so just keep the perfection aside, just get better. That's all. The next tip, focus on what you can change. Look, it's easy to get hung up on all the things that are out of your control. But has it ever achieved anything? It just causes a lot more worry and a lot more stress. So instead of that, try to focus your energy on identifying the things, which are within your control and see what you can do about them. How do you do that? For any situation, here is a great practice. Write down all the things you can control about that situation, anything that's in your control, or you can change it. And on the other hand, write down all the things which are not in your control. Work on the things that you can change or you can control and let go the things which you feel are out of your control. Just dumping all of this down on paper is going to be so liberating for you. I can assure you that. And it's going to give you a huge boost to your self esteem. What next can you do to boost your self esteem? Here's another tip. Every day, do something which makes you happy. Even if it's just a 10-minute thing or a 15-minute thing. When you spend time doing the things you enjoy, you're more likely to think positively throughout the day. So try to schedule in some little, me time every day. Whether you spend the time reading or cooking for yourself or just, lazing around on the couch or meditating or journaling or just watching TV, the episodes, the series that you want to watch, anything that makes you happy, make conscious time for it. Okay, it's going to boost your self esteem and ensure that when you're doing that, you tell people around you not to disturb you so that you can spend that time for yourself. The next tip is celebrate even the small stuff. You got up on this, you got up on time this morning. Wow, celebrate it. You made your omelette to perfection. Celebrate it. All of these small victories, they add up, and they're a great way to build confidence and start feeling better about yourself. So here's a great practice. Write down 3 things you did well at the end of each day, and you'll see what a confidence booster this is. Bonus tips: be a good friend, be helpful and considerate to others. It'll not only boost their mood, but for sure it's going to make you feel very good about yourself. And surround yourself with supportive people, high energy environments. Find people who make you feel good about yourself. And please avoid those who trigger your negative thinking. So, when you do all of these tiny steps through the day, how will your self esteem not get a boost? I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, keep shining bright.